Today we shall be looking at the method of completing the square. In our previous video, we had examined carefully the method of factorization when it comes to solving quadratic equations, and we gave all the details you would need to understand that method. So in case you had missed that video, do well to go look up that video, watch it to the end. It will really help you. Feel free to tag and also invite those you know will benefit from our videos. All right, so let's get to class. Today we have here solve 2x squared plus 7x minus 15. We are using the same equation we used in the method of factorization, the same equation rather. And we are to use the method of completing the square. What do you do with this method of completing the square? The first thing you do, look at the squared or leading term here. If the coefficient of that term, the square term, is other than 1, in other words, if the coefficient is anything other than 1, you need to divide the entire equation by that coefficient. But if it is 1, you move on to stage 2. In our case, the coefficient of the square term here is 2, so that's greater than 1. Anything other than 1, you need to operate or observe this particular rule. So since it's 2, we are going to divide the entire equation by 2. That's the first thing we are going to do here. So we'll have 2x squared divided by 2 plus 7 over 2, okay, x minus 15 over 2 is equals to 0 over 2, so that people will not say, why not divide the right hand side? All right, now 2 will divide itself. Here we are, and so we are left with what? X squared. We are left with x squared, okay, plus 7 over 2x minus 15 over 2 equals to 0. You know, 0 divided by anything is still 0. Now, having done so, remember, if the coefficient of the square term was 1, okay, not 2, we wouldn't have divided the equation through by anything, but rather we would have moved on to stage 2, which is what I'm about to explain now. So having obtained this stage 2, you would rearrange the equation, move the constant term or the term independent of x. The term independent of x is a minus 15 over 2, a term that does not have x attached to it. So we would move it to the right hand side. You can say rearrange, or you simply say add 15 over 2 to both sides, whichever method you use. But note, this is minus 15 over 2. When it crosses, it's going to become plus, okay? So we simply rearrange that. We end up having x squared plus 7 over 2x is equals to 15 over 2. That's all. Stage number 3. Look at the coefficient of x on the left hand side. The coefficient of x here is 7 over 2. So we are going to take half of that. And when we must have obtained half of that, we would square our result and add it to both sides. Half of, remember, OF is multiplication. So half, we are looking at half of the coefficient. The coefficient of x here is 7 over 2. So what would half of 7 over 2 be? That would simply be 1 over 2 times what? 7 over 2. 7 times 1 is 7. Okay, 2 times 2, 4. That's the result. So half of 7 over 2 will give us 7 over 4. And then we square that. First and foremost, take half of the coefficient of x, square your result, add it to both sides. So we'll now have x squared plus 7 over 2x plus the square, 7 over 4, okay, square, equals to, here we still have 15 over 2, and then we would add 7 over 4 all square. The moment you've added square, the square of half of the coefficient of x to the left hand side, the resulting expression on the left hand side becomes a perfect square. Perfect square, remember, is simply a term that you can write raised to the power of 2. So what we need to do here, we'll come here, this is x square, we'll take just one x, and here is what? 7 over 4 all square. So we'll just take 1, 7 over 4. So that is how you simplify the left hand side, equals to, when you work this out with your calculator, remember, 7 square will be 139, 4 square will be 16. So when you work this out, 15 over 2 plus 169 divided by we are going to have a, yes, 15 over 2, 7 square is 49 rather, okay, and then 4 square will be what? 16. So when you work this out, you are going to have 169 divided by 16. That's what you are going to have. Okay, so do that. Use your calculator to do that. Now, the next thing we need to do is to remove the square term here. get the power 2. Whenever you have power 2, you know, in anything you want to remove it, you will take the square root of both sides. So since there's a power 2, we are going to take the square root of both sides. When we take the square root of both sides, this power 2 will drop. So leaving us with x plus 7 over 4. On the right hand side, we're going to have a plus or minus. What's the square root of 169? That will be 13. And the square root of 16 will be what? A 4. Remember, anytime you take the square root of any term, you are expected to have two results. One positive, the other one negative. It's just that most times we neglect the negative value, but in this case, we are going to need it. So here we are. So the next thing we do is to make x the subject of the formula. We'll move 7 over 4 to the right hand side. Already it's a positive term here, so when it crosses, it's going to be negative. Take note. Now, so I can simply say that my x equals to minus 7 over 4 plus or minus 13 over 4. Somebody might ask, why didn't they put minus 7 over 4 behind? So that we'll have plus or minus 13 over 4 minus 7 over 4. If you do it that way, you will still have the same result. But the beauty of putting it this way is that you have allowed the plus or minus sign to stay between two terms. Just the beauty of it, it has nothing to do with your result, okay? So here we have a plus or minus. So for the first case, we'll look for the value of x here, minus 7 over 4 plus 13 over 4. Get that one. And then the second case, minus 7 over 4 minus 13 over 4. All right, so for the first case, we will take x will be equals to minus 7 over 4 plus 13 over 4, okay? That will be equals to minus 7. The denominators are the same, so we don't need to bother. We go ahead. Minus 7 plus 13. Minus 7 plus 13. What would that give you? Whatever we have as a value there, we'll divide it by what? 4. Exactly. Divided by 4. So here should be 6. Have you seen that? Okay. So when you reduce it, 2 will divide 4, 2 will divide this 3. So that means our first value of x will be what? 3 over 2. That's all. For second case, we will take the minus sign. X can also be what? Minus 7 over 4 minus 13 over 4. Okay. Denominator is just the same, so we allow our 4 to stay. So minus 7 minus 13 will give you a minus 20. That's all. Alright, so 4 is a factor of 24. Will divide itself here. 4 would go here, 5. So our result will be what? Minus 5. So what does that tell you? That the roots of this equation, therefore x is equals to 3 over 2 or minus 5. Alright, you've seen that whether you use the method of factorization or the method of completing the square, you still have the same value, okay? So the important thing is knowing what to do. Feel free to like, follow, and share our videos. Tag anybody you know will benefit from our videos. In the next one, we would look at the method of a formula, where you use a formula to solve quadratic equations. But before then, we would derive that formula using the method of completing the square, which is always a major requirement by those of us writing WAEC, NECO, and other certificate examinations, okay? So meanwhile, feel free, like I said, to like, share, follow us for more. Thank you.